Hey there friends, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna, that's me sanding right there, and welcome to our YouTube channel where we don't always fix things, but we do make them less broken. Welcome to week 2 of our 5-week room makeover challenge. As you can see, I'm sanding away at the drywall that we had mounted the previous week, picking up exactly where we left off last time. The drywall's up, it's mudded, and now I'm doing the absolute worst part, which is sanding. Yes, I'm wearing a shower cap because I don't like to get sanding residue and dust in my hair. It was also during this project that I turned to my husband Ace and I kind of said, listen, I don't think we're good at drywall. And we kind of just accepted our fate that we're not good at drywall. I have researched how to do drywall, and you're really not supposed to have to do a ton of sanding whenever you tape and mud seams and stuff like that. But it just seems like we always have to. I have followed tutorials. I have read so much on how to do drywall, and I just can't get it right. And this is something that I'm just willing to, I guess I can't say I'll take the L on it because it's up. And you know, once you'll see the finished product, it does look good. But I think for future, when we want it done like really well, we're probably gonna hire a professional. So that's what's going on right now. I'm sanding the drywall.
It's your boy, ACE. So what I did today, went to Home Depot and brought this piece of wood home, and then I stained it. It's pretty sick. We're gonna put it up there.
Top of the trim. That's our solution for the gap.
Yeah, here we go. Man, easy day.
Actually, put it all the way up to the ceiling.
It'll be fine, cause look, it's gonna be.
I think it should go up.
All the way? Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no gaps.
And we have the nail gun, so we can nail it like this.
As we continue on, I'm just once again showing a sort of my vision for what I want to do with this back wall of the room. And I will now show it to you guys up here on the screen. Once again, I use that same app that I've been using actually for many of our home, pretty much actually like all of our home improvement projects, Freeform. And I access it via the Apple App Store. And I've been using it for years to sort of design all of our projects. I use it to design our haunted house for a party in October. It's a really great app. I highly recommend it. It's going to be an accent wall, and we're going to do another slat wall. I feel like a lot of people have opinions on slat walls, not always very favorable toward them, but it's my house and I like slat walls because I think they're fun and they're a really easy way to add dimension to a room. So when it's your house, you can not do all the slat walls you want. Other thing I had to consider was materials that we already had. And we already had leftover paint from the bathroom renovation that we did last year, or maybe I think it was the year before. And so I wanted to try and use as much materials that we already had as possible so that we didn't have to buy a bunch of new stuff. And something that entailed was using up the paint that we had left over from the bathroom. So I didn't want to just paint the wall with the 2 paint colors and call it a day. So that's another reason I wanted to add the slat wall, just to add a little bit more dimension and texture to the room. Listen, you guys need to trust me. I promise it's gonna look really great at the end. So right now I'm measuring out where exactly on the wall I want to position each single wood slat. Just like the last slat wall we did, we're again using furring strips. And this one is actually left over from that project, and we're using this one as a spacer. I'm just marking off all along the wall exactly where I want each strip to go, so that way we can know exactly how many we need when we get to the store. And ultimately I decided that we needed 33. So once again, the type of wood slats that we are using is furring strips. Furring strips are very cheap pieces of lumber, and something important to note about them is that they're not necessarily meant to be seen. They're typically, and mind you, I am not a general contractor. I'm just a girl on the internet who has done a lot of home improvement stuff. But to my knowledge and based on my research, they're used for like hanging drywall. Like you use them in between walls to secure drywall too. So because they're not intended to be seen, many of them are imperfect. So I would suggest if you want to do this, inspect your furring strips carefully before you take them home, because a lot of times they are warped and they're not straight. Sometimes they have knots in them that are not very pretty. So I strongly recommend you take a good look at all your furring strips and make sure that they're as close to perfect as possible for you. And then of course on our way out, we had to look at the riding mowers. So now we're back at home. It's the same day and we're getting started on finishing up this accent wall, which is going to be the focal point of this room, and I'm super excited for it. The color that you see me painting with now is called Liveable Green, and the other color that I'm going to use in the center part of the wall, it's the dark navy blue. It's called Charcoal Blue. All of our paint colors are from Sherwin Williams. So while I'm getting started on painting the accent wall, Ace is in the garage getting started on staining the wood. So it's the next day, and the last step of week 2 was putting up the trim at the top as well as finishing the slat wall. We are starting with that top horizontal strip going across the top. You can see on the ceiling, a couple of spots on the ceiling where I accidentally got some blue paint. I'm not super worried about it. I have white touch-up paint. I was gonna go back over later and fix that, but right now it's not a super high priority. Right now, getting all of the trim on the wall is to finish this accent wall this weekend. We finally got ourselves a nail gun, and this thing is an absolutely incredible investment. I will let Ace tell you all about it at the end of this when we're finally done. The very last important detail that we had to do was make sure that the slats were not going to be too long. I mentioned in the episode for week 1 that we were using 5-inch baseboards. They're actually 5 and a 1/4-inch baseboards. We're measuring each furring strip to make sure that we cut off enough so that way it could accommodate the new baseboards. I wanted to do them in the garage, but Ace was like, I think it'll be easier if we just bring the whole saw upstairs. So that's what we did. And there he is again, not wearing proper footwear, because remember, I got my foot stabbed at the beginning of this series when I was wearing the same kind of sandals. And I just need to say, going forward, for safety purposes, there are some times where we should be wearing protection, eye protection and foot protection, and we are not. For example, when you see us about to start nailing up the furring strips to the wall, I strongly recommend using eye protection while you're using a nail gun. And also, again, wear proper shoes when you're in an environment like this. Do as we say, not as we do. I mean, there's not really much to it. Watch us put up the slat wall at 4 times speed.
What's up? It's your boy here. Look, I just wanted to come in here and tell you guys, if you guys are doing home renovation, this is probably going to be your best tool that you ever even think about buying, man. This thing made the job, so easy. Me and Brianna used to have to hammer and nail one at a time. We did the same thing downstairs.
Yeah, it showed us hammering the whole time.
That was super annoying, but this was so easy. I'm sure you're gonna see it in the video where it's just bang, 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 bang. Way easier, man. I strongly suggest you guys buy this.
Good investment. And that is a wrap on week 2. There are a couple areas that do need to be touched up, like right there. But overall, this came out fabulous, like better than we expected.
It's gorgeous.
It was super easy to do.
Beautiful.
With the nail gun.
Professional quality.
Professional, almost professional, maybe, sort of.
Oh, dude.
Like I give us a 9 out of 10.
I give us a 13 out of 10.
13 out of 10. Oh, okay, baby. We'll see you guys next week. This week, what's the goal for this week? I think we're going to start the floor, right?
Yep.
All right. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.